Well, today's webinar is all about pay-per-click management and how you can maximize the effectiveness and really the return on investment of your pay-per-click marketing campaigns, whether it's with Google AdWords or with Bing search. And this is part of our ongoing internet marketing training series. We've talked about a variety of topics, from getting ranked on the Google map to search engine optimization to really what your overall internet marketing strategy is. And today we're going to focus our attention on pay-per-click advertising. So here's what I want to cover on the presentation today. I want to make sure we're clear on the differences between the paid listings, the organic listings, and the map listings. I'm just going to pause for a second because Deborah mentioned she's losing sound. Just keeps going in and out on my phone. Can't hear much of what he's saying.
That's the same problem I'm having, Josh. It just kept cutting out a lot.
Okay. I don't know why that would be. Can you hear me clearly now?
Right now, yes.
Okay. I'm going to keep going, and hopefully the sound or whatever the issue is that's causing the issue will clear itself up. But please do chime in on the questions box if you're having problems hearing. So I want to talk about the differences between the paid, the organic, and the map listings. I want to talk about why you should have pay-per-click or PPC marketing as part of your overall internet marketing strategy, because there's a lot of different things you can do, from organic to just social media. Why pay-per-click is important. Then I'm going to demystify the AdWords auction process and really the engine behind pay-per-click that Google has set up, so that you understand the importance of your quality score and how it impacts your cost per click. Talk about why to set up ad groups and really share with you some very specific examples of some ad groups that you should set up for your business that will help you get a lower cost per click and more effective campaign. And then I'll talk about mobile pay-per-click, and this is really exciting, the ability to set up a pay-per-click campaign specifically for those that are finding you on search from a mobile device. So if they're Googling on their iPhone, they just get the information to hit the button and call your office. So some pretty exciting stuff. And I just want to pause momentarily again because I want to make sure you guys are hearing me now. So if somebody could just post, "Hey, I'm hearing you loud and clear," in the questions box. So let's talk about the differences between the paid listings, the organic listings, and the map listings. So obviously along the top and along the sides are what are called your pay-per-click ads. Below that is typically the map listings and the organic listings. Again, you can set up an AdWords campaign. You can set up a Bing search campaign. You can pick the words that you want to rank for and pay on a per-click basis to show up in that area. That's pay-per-click advertising. The map section and the organic section, you can't pay for it. You have to earn your way into those listings by having a relevant organization, relevant website. And we've got 2 webinars that were conducted that went deep into those 2 topics: how to get ranked on the map, how to get ranked in the organic listings. Definitely log into the QSC backend or reach out to Charlie if you haven't seen or heard those webinars, because there's some great information on how to really optimize yourself for the non-paid listings. But again, today is all about pay-per-click advertising. It's all about how you can run a pay-per-click campaign and get the strongest return on investment possible. So before we go there, we really should talk about why you want to consider pay-per-click as part of your overall internet marketing strategy within your plumbing or HVAC business. And the first obvious benefit is instant gratification. You can set up an AdWords campaign, pick your keywords, and literally start showing up within a matter of days, as opposed to a matter of months that might take with setting up a really aggressive SEO campaign. It also gives you the ability to show up as often as possible where your consumers are searching. So if somebody runs a search for your city plumber, your city plumbing, and you're showing up in the paid listings, you're showing up in the organic listings, you're giving yourself more positions. And you want to show up as often as possible on Google as people are searching for what you do. The other really interesting benefit of pay-per-click as a strategy is it gives you the ability to show up for words that you simply aren't going to be able to show up for on a regular organic strategy. So non-geo modified words like plumber, plumbing, emergency plumber, drain cleaning, water heater repair, SEO and organic will help you show up for those same words with a geo modifier. So if someone types in Brooklyn plumber, or if they type in Denver plumbing contractor, SEO will help you show up there. But you can't necessarily show up for those same words without the geo modifier. And that's where pay-per-click gives you the ability to bridge the gap. There are settings in your pay-per-click campaign where you can say, I want to show up for these words, but only for those people that have searched within my geographic area. And you can set that geographic area to 5 miles, 15 miles, 30 miles, whatever makes sense for you. And so you can show up for that random water heater repair search or that emergency plumbing search. And not everybody's going to put in their geo modifier. The other really exciting thing with pay-per-click is the ability to set up mobile pay-per-click campaigns. And as we all know, more and more people are accessing the internet from their mobile devices, especially when they've got a serious plumbing emergency or something that needs quick attention. They probably aren't going to load up the computer, jump on Google, and run that search. They're going to pull it up right from their smartphone, right from their iPhone, and you can now set up pay-per-click campaigns that are as simple as a click to call. So you'll show up in the same pay-per-click advertising section, and when that person clicks on you from their phone, it's not just clicking, it can actually call your office directly. So that's some really exciting stuff and some real powerful reasons you would want to consider having a pay-per-click strategy to augment your traditional SEO and organic optimization efforts. So there's a couple, as we know, there's a lot of different websites, there's a lot of different search engines, but the two main paid pay-per-click networks are Google AdWords and the Bing search network. So if you wanted to set up an AdWords campaign to be on Google, you'd go to google.com/AdWords. If you wanted to show up for Bing, you'd go to bingads.microsoft.com. Of course, Bing is the Microsoft engine. And it's interesting because you'll actually be able to gain exposure to a lot of other websites through those two networks. Google Search gives you access to the AOL network and to Ask.com and to AT&T. Obviously, those are all highly trafficked websites and great to gain exposure on. The Bing network, though, gives you access to Yahoo and Facebook. So, there's something to be said for having a proactive internet pay-per-click strategy on both the Bing and the Google Search network. But again, if you're just looking at your budgets and you're wondering, how can I get the best return from the dollars that I have? Where am I going to get the most eyeballs? I pulled up a chart that shows where searches are happening. And 80% of search happens on Google.com. So, that's really the lion's share of where search happens. So if you're going to run a pay-per-click campaign on any of these, you probably want to be on Google. The second one is Bing, followed by Yahoo, and then just a fraction, literally just a fraction, goes to AOL, Ask, and all of those other search engines. So definitely want to be on Google, may want to consider Google and Bing as a way to really maximize your opportunity in the pay-per-click marketing space. And guys, again, just if somebody could just type me a quick note on the question section saying, hey, I'm hearing you loud and clear, or still having choppy sound. So I want to demystify how the pay-per-click engine works, starting with kind of the most basic and then building up to more comprehensive and really how you can succeed in your pay-per-click marketing efforts. So on the most basic level, pay-per-click advertising is driven by an auction system, kind of like eBay, where you can pick your keywords, plumber, plumbing, emergency plumber, trench sewer replacement, and bid on a per-click basis how much you'd be willing to pay for any given keyword. So let's just use the word San Antonio plumber, and then the person at the very top, maybe he's paying $2 per click, the person next to that paying $2.20, the person below that $1.75. At the broadest sense, the guy that's paying the most is going to have the top position, second position, on down the list. I'm going to explain that it's actually quite a bit more complicated than that, but the reality is you pick your keywords and then you bid in order to have positioning and you pay every time somebody clicks on you. It's kind of a novel concept, and it's worked really well for Google and their advertisers. So now let's talk about why most pay-per-click campaigns fail. And really what it is in a lot of cases, because it's so simple, it seems like, well, I'm a plumber, so I'm going to bid on my keywords: plumber, plumbing, emergency plumber, drain cleaning, water heater repair. But you have one set of ads for all of those different keywords. So, if you need plumbing services, XYZ Plumbing services this area, click here for more information. And that's kind of your text ad for all of those different keywords. And so, of course, when people get to the page, if they even did click it, not that they would because it's not very compelling, it doesn't resonate with their specific situation, but if they did click it, it's probably going to land them right on the home page, which again isn't the most effective way to set this up. And so, just as a visual illustration here, the reality is the highest bid doesn't necessarily get the top ranking. And the reason for that is Google needs to serve the most relevant results. So, just to kind of illustrate, if let's just say Mercedes wanted to show up for all of the searches for BMW, and they decided they were going to put a $100 bid on the keyword BMW. If Mercedes let that happen, all of the high-quality auto manufacturers would bid on the word BMW, and then BMW would show down on, let's say, the 6th or 7th listing. That's not relevant, right? Google needs to be sure that they're serving the most relevant results. So for the same purposes, they can't just let the most elaborate bidder get the top position. So they had to set up something called quality score. And quality score is really what's going to determine your position and your cost per click. Quality score helps Google make sure that they're serving the most relevant results as opposed to just serving the company that happens to be placing the highest bid. So how does Google determine your quality score? Well, there are a number of factors, but really the most basic are click-through rate. So how many people saw the ad and then click through to the page. How relevant was the text ad and the keyword, so that how well did that match? And then what was the quality of the landing page? Did the landing page speak to the text ad itself? And I'm going to show specific examples of this because this might seem a little bit abstract, but I want you guys to understand how the AdWord auction process works so that you can really understand the importance of setting up hyper-relevant AdWords campaigns and ad groups so that you get the most bang for your buck. So again, it's all based on your quality score, and if you've got a higher quality score, you can pay less on a per-click basis and still maintain top positioning. So I've got a simple equation where we've got Mary and Tom, and Mary's bidding $2 per click, Tom's bidding $4 per click. Well, Mary set up really good ad groups, has very relevant text ads, has a very high click-through rate, so she's got a very high quality score. And because of that high quality score, she has a higher ad rank than Tom, who happens to be bidding almost double for the same exact keyword. Well, because of that equation, if you can get your quality score correct, you can be paying almost half, in some cases, of what your top competitors are paying who don't have really good AdWords set up. And so that's why you guys can look at pay-per-click and say, man, this is a nightmare. I mean, you could spend $5,000 a month and still not get return on investment. It's because you may or may not have properly thought through and set up your ad groups, made your ad campaign extremely relevant so that you can have a low cost per click and get quality traffic to your site that's going to convert and be profitable for you. So again, just to reiterate, better quality score equals lower cost per click for top positioning. So just again, the reason most pay-per-click campaigns fail, you set up one ad group that isn't very relevant, don't have specific text ads for your keywords, and there's no strong call to action or offer on the landing page. And so those are the reasons that a campaign fails. So again, if we just did general plumbing services, emergency plumbing, water heater repair, drain cleaning, all of these different keyword combinations, and we land that straight on the home page, that's exactly what we want to try to avoid. that is the recipe for a failed pay-per-click campaign. So how do we do it right? How do we set up a campaign that's positioned for success and is going to generate return on investment? Well, we want to make sure we set up our ad groups within Google AdWords for the specific groups of services that we offer. We have to write specific text ads for each one of those ad groups. And I'm going to talk specifics here. I'm going to talk in a second, but I'm just painting broad strokes here where we're going. And then you need to link each one of your text ads to a specific page on the site. So not the home page. The emergency plumbing page needs to go to the emergency plumbing keyword needs to go to the emergency plumbing page on the site. And you need to have a strong call to action and an offer, because once they get to the page, you want them to pick up the phone and call. I mean, if you just invested $4 and you land them on a page that doesn't give them any compelling reason to choose you over the competition, well, that's the recipe for disaster. So what specific ad groups should you set up, or could you set up? Well, you definitely want to have your general plumbing related ad group. This is just for plumber, plumbing services. You want to have one for emergency plumbing. So those people are typing emergency plumber, emergency plumbing services. You want to have a separate ad group for water heaters, and possibly even go as deep as doing one for water heater repair and one for water heater replacement and installation. You want to do one for drain cleaning, garbage disposal repair and installation again. If you do repiping, and I know people are on this line from different areas in the country, you want to set up a very targeted ad group with a very targeted landing page for repiping, septic cleaning, bathroom remodeling, leak detection, trenchless sewer replacement, and the list goes on and on. So these are the most common ones. You may even want to get more granular as you have additional services that you offer. You know, maybe you really like to focus on tankless, and you want to have a separate ad group just for tankless installation. So these are some of the ad groups that I recommend you set up within your pay-per-click campaign. From there, you want to make sure that each ad group has a group of keywords associated with it, a very specifically written text ad, and lands on a specific page in your website that talks to that specific list of keywords. So let's I'm going to break this down and we're going to get deeper. Let's look at some real life examples, because I want you to start to see what I'm talking about in a visual sense. And again, the question box is there. As you have questions, type them in and I'll do my best to answer them, because this is a live call. So here's the ad group template that I set up for you guys. The template means, so think about what your keywords are. And so what keywords could be grouped together. Then you want to write a text ad specific to that group of keywords. You want to land them on a page of your site that specifically talks to that specific group of service and has a compelling call to action for it. And then the landing page that it lands you on should have some specific content, addressing their specific concern, answering their specific question, and giving them a strong offer and call to action to move them forward. So let's look at what we might do for our plumbing ad group. So if we've got just the general plumbing services, this is what I would consider general plumbing related things. What are the keywords that go along with that? Well, there's plumbing, there's plumber, there's plumbing services, there's plumbing contractor, there's best plumbers, affordable plumber. So these are just generic. They're looking for a plumber. They haven't typed anything super specific. You want to have a text ad that matches that group of keywords. So the text ad might be, affordable Dallas plumber. Get $50 off, same-day service, call now. And so that would be your text ad. And then on this one, you could potentially land them on your homepage, but you probably want to land them on a very specific plumbing page. So that would be yoursite.com/that city plumbing service. And then the content should speak, the content on that specific page should speak to that person's question in their mind. So are you in need of quality plumbing services in the Dallas area? Contact the experts at XYZ Plumbing for immediate, quality, and affordable service at your phone number. So in that first block of text, you want to answer their question. You want to engage with them. You want them to understand that they were typing in something specific to regular plumbing, and you've got the answer. This is also going to help when I talked about your quality score, because this page restates the exact keywords that the people typed in to get to this page. And then I didn't get extremely detailed, because otherwise the slide would be almost impossible to read. But then you want to restate your value proposition. Talk about why your company is unique, how many years you've been in business, any of the accolades that you've received, maybe even a link where they can see reviews of people and testimonials. These are all credibility signals. But then if you referenced a coupon or a special offer, a discount in your text ad, like I referenced here, $50 off, you need to mention that on this landing page. So you'd say, get $50 off your service by referencing the coupon below, and then have a nice coupon that says $50 off any plumbing service. This is just an example. Maybe for you it's a percentage, maybe it's a larger amount off. Maybe you have to disclose that it's only, for services over $125. Whatever the case is, you want to have a coupon or a special offer that helps to move that person to the next level, because they're going to be browsing the internet. They're going to be looking at several different companies. If you've answered their question, you've showed that you're a credible provider in their area, you've showed them case studies and examples or testimonials, and now you're offering them a special discount to contact you as opposed to the competition. Do you think that's going to help your conversion? Absolutely. And then, of course, again, restate, call now, and enter your number. Are you guys getting this? Is this making sense? If you could, just on the questions box, those of you that are in front of a computer, just type in something to let me know I'm still alive. All right, so the next group that you want to look at is emergency. So a lot of people are going to have emergency situations, and they're probably going to search a little bit different. Lauren, got it. Thank you. Deborah, thank you. Wow. Okay, so we're cooking with grease. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that feedback. So emergency plumbing. So what are some of the keywords somebody might type in if they're looking for emergency plumbing service? Well, they might type in emergency plumber, emergency plumbing, emergency plumbers, 24-hour emergency plumbing service, after-hours plumbing, and the like. But you get the idea. You want to develop your list of keywords that somebody might type if they're in a plumbing emergency. And then text ad should mirror that exact situation that they're in. So do you have a plumbing emergency in the Dallas area? Get immediate response and save $50. Call now. So you're really tapping into psychological triggers as well. They've got an emergency. They want immediate response. They want to know somebody's going to be on the other end of that click that they can talk to and get somebody out to fix the problem almost immediately. And then, of course, it's great if you can have some kind of discount associated with that. Landing page, yourcompany.com/yourcityemergencyplumbing. You want to drive them to the emergency plumbing page, not to the home page, because if they've got an emergency, they want to know that you're with them, And so the landing page here, you can say, do you have a plumbing emergency in the Dallas area? Contact the experts at XYZ Plumbing for immediate, quality, and affordable service at this number. Again, get straight to the point. Answer their question, make them feel confident that you can solve their issue, and then restate your value proposition. And here you might say something like, when you've got a plumbing emergency, you want to make sure you're dealing with a company that has somebody standing behind, answer your call live, and can get somebody out to your house within a 2-hour time frame. At XYZ Plumbing, we promise that we're going to get a live answer and somebody can be out there to resolve your issue within, some stated time frame. And then an offer, get your emergency service, get $50 off your emergency service by referencing the coupon below. Call now. Simple. I want to be a little bit repetitive here, guys, but I know that repetition breeds understanding, and I think showing these real-world examples will help open your eyes to how you could be doing your pay-per-click campaign better if you're running one, how you could kind of gauge what your provider's doing and see how they could be doing it better, maybe give them some suggestions or realize if they're dropping the ball, but then also give you some confidence if you've tried pay-per-click in the past and it didn't work for you. You say, man, I spent all this money, but I really didn't get enough to justify it. Could it have been because you didn't have really well-crafted ad groups, you didn't have a high-quality score, you didn't have strong call to action on your landing pages, and so, it just was set to fail from the beginning. So I want to just, reemphasize this works. There are companies that get lots of calls directly from their pay-per-click advertising campaigns, so if you do it right, it can be a very successful proposition for you. So another ad group you might want to set up would be water heaters. And so I know we could get granular. We could do water heater installation or water heater repair, or you could do this under one ad group depending upon what your comfort level is. But so what are the keywords, right? Water heater repair, water heaters, water heater installation, water heater replacement, water heater service, hot waters, replace water heater, etc. And so again, you need your text ad to speak directly to that person that's thinking about or has an issue with their water heater. And so the text ad might say, get your water heater repaired in Dallas. Save $50 on your repair. Call now. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. You want to have multiple text ads. You can really have an unlimited number of text ads for any of your keywords or any of your ad groups. But I'm going to suggest you always run at least 2 text ads. And the reason for that is in your dashboard, you can see which text ad is getting the best click-through rate. Click-through rate, again, drives your quality score, which is going to determine how much you wind up having to pay per click. So have 2 variations of your ad at the end of the week or at the end of the month. See which one had the highest click-through rate, drop out the lowest, and put another text ad in. And this gives you the ability to continually be improving your text ads and improving your quality score. And so you're going to want to land these people, not on your homepage, but on the water heater repair page of your website. So yourcompany.com/city water heater repair. And then, do you need to repair or replace your water heater in the Dallas area or your city? Contact the experts at XYZ Plumbing for immediate, quality, and affordable water heater repair service at this number. Restate your value proposition, show some before and afters of water heater installations that you've done, give them links to your reviews, and then give them a special offer. Special offers we've seen work pretty well are $50 off any water heater repair, $75 off any replacement. Have some really nifty looking coupons there. Again, you want to have something that's going to connect with them, resonate with them, make them feel like you're answering their specific question, and then offer them a special offer of some sort to take that next step, really to take them out of research mode and into calling you and scheduling an appointment mode. So next ad group you want to look at is drain cleaning. Keywords that go in with drain cleaning are clogged drain, drain cleaning, drain clearing, block drain, drain cleaning service, rooter service, drain snaking. And you can get creative. You can even come up with more keywords. Text ad, clogged drain in Dallas. Call the drain experts. Save $50 on your repair. Call now. Again, drive them to the drain cleaning page of the website and then answer their question on the page. Do you have a clog or blocked drain in the Dallas area? Contact the drain cleaning and rooter experts at XYZ Plumbing for immediate, quality, affordable service at this number. Restate the value. Offer them a special discount. There's a lot of additional ones I could do. I don't want to spend the whole time because I think you guys are starting to get the idea. Just pick your keywords, write a very specific text ad, land it on a very specific page that answers the question, and then offer them something of value. But as we start to look at your higher end services, as we start to look at bathroom remodeling, maybe trenchless sewer replacement, maybe repiping, these are more costly, and as a result, the immediacy of the call may be delayed. They may be looking for quotes. They may just be in an evaluation mode. So I'm going to do this example for bathroom remodeling, but the concept should apply to your other high-end services, your other higher transaction value services. So within bathroom remodeling, of course, we've got bathroom remodeling, bathroom renovation, bathroom contractor, remodel my bathroom, renovate my bathroom, these types of words. And then you want to resonate with that. So thinking of remodeling your bath in the Dallas area, get a free estimate today, and then land them on the bathroom remodeling page of your site. And this is where it will get a little bit different because you don't want to immediately tell them to call and expect to, you to be the first one out there and the first one to provide service. So you might say something like, are you thinking of remodeling or renovating your bathroom in the Dallas area? Contact the experts at XYZ Plumbing for quality, affordable bathroom remodeling service. Restate your value proposition, but here you're going to have to give more. You need to show before and afters. You need to kind of get them excited about what you can do as a bathroom remodeler, or in the case of repiping, as somebody that will come in and repipe their home, or somebody that's going to do a trench or sewer replacement. They're going to make a much larger investment in this, so they're going to do a little bit more due diligence. Here you definitely need to have testimonials. Here you definitely need to have before and afters. And a really interesting way to capitalize on these types of searches is to have a lead capture form. Because this isn't going to be something where they call in and you get the sale. They're going to be sending in their information to a couple different places. They're going to be calling a couple different guys out for estimates. So expect the sales cycle to be a little bit longer. So you can offer, in the case of, let's just say, of this bathroom remodeling example, download our free bathroom remodeling ideas guide, right? Something that would kind of say, hey, you know what, I'm interested in seeing an ideas guide where I can see examples of what cool bathrooms look like and some different fixtures and different faucets I could choose. And so there you'd have a lead capture form. Enter your name and email address. Obviously, you need to put some sales messaging around what the guide is that would make them want to get it. But this is a great way to capture the contact information of those people so that you can email them over a period of time during that, let's just call it 1 month or 3 month sales cycle, while they're considering whether they're going to do it, who they're going to do it with. The fact is, you paid whatever it was, $5, $8 to get them on your page. You know that they're right there in your service area, and you know that they're in the market for this large transaction item, whether it's a bathroom remodel or a repipe or whatever the case is. So once you've got that contact information, you can set up a sequence of emails that go out over, let's just call it a 90-day period. And the first one obviously is, hey, thanks for downloading our ideas guide or our how to avoid getting ripped off when repiping guide or whatever it is, and give them the guide. Of course, you'll write that guide in a way that positions you as the expert in the area and kind of poses some questions that they should be thinking about when they choose a remodeling contractor. You know, are they licensed? Can they give you verified references? These types of things. And then you can email them over that 90-day period little updates, you know, just new emails to help you remain top of mind so that when they do decide to pull the trigger and go forward with that transaction, you're the most relevant, you've been the most proactive, they've heard from you the most, and you'll find that the leads that you get for those higher end, longer sales cycle items will improve exponentially. Does that make sense? All right, good. So some best practices around setting up your AdWords or your pay-per-click campaign. There's an option within AdWords, and of course, this is the first time I'm showing you a screenshot of AdWords. I want this to be more of a strategy program, a strategy session than an actual how to run an AdWords campaign session. Google has tremendous how-tos and materials on the basics of how to set up an AdWords campaign. I want you guys to know what the strategy is, how to set up your ad groups, why you would want to set up ad groups, what keywords you should pick, as opposed to, you know, just walking you through setting up an AdWords campaign. But on the screen, inside AdWords, you can usually choose ad groups, setting, ads, keywords, and then, of course, ad extensions. This is one that in a lot of cases may have been missed. And Skylar, I see your question, so I'll take a look at that momentarily. As you start to set up your AdWords campaign, this one gets missed. You want to make sure that you connect your ad extension to your Google Places listing. So inevitably online, you've got a Google Maps listing that you probably set up at google.com/places. You may have connected it to your Google Plus Local. If you haven't, go back and listen to the training that we did on how to get ranked on the Google Maps. But here you have the ability to connect your Google Map listing to your pay-per-click campaign. And when you do that, you'll see that your address and some additional information shows up as part of your search. So I highlighted it on the screen here as a company. If you type in Austin Plumber, everyone else on the page just has their text ad and a link to their site. This company has turned on that ad extension that I'm pointing to here, connected it to their Google Maps listing, and that's why this map listing is showing up. And if you click on the map, you can get to their reviews as well as the Google Plus Local section. Charlie, for some reason, I can't get back to the questions. I see that Skylar wrote a question, but I can't read the whole thing. If you get a chance, you could call that out to me. That'd be great. Oh, never mind. I got it. Here's what he asked. Skylar is asking, are you familiar with Yodel? Is it possible through them? I'm familiar with Yodel. They're a very large company that specializes in doing internet marketing for local businesses, as well as plumbers and HVAC contractors and everybody else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can and they will do this for you. I'm pretty sure that they can and they will. I hope that answers your question. You want to pay close attention to make sure that they're doing the ad groups for you and that they're going deep with it. But absolutely, they're a quality organization. I believe they're QSC members as well. Okay. So we talked about the extensions. Very important, very good strategy. The other thing you want to do is make sure that there are multiple versions of your ad. And I talked about this briefly earlier in the presentation, but within AdWords, you have the ability to see each of your ads. And so for each ad group, like we talked about earlier, we talked about all of the different ad groups that you want to have within your AdWords campaign for your plumbing or HVAC business. For each one of those ad groups, you don't want to just hang your hat on one ad. You want to have multiple ads because, again, it's all about click-through rates, which drive quality score and relevancy, which drive your cost down and will make it more efficient with the way that you run your campaign. So you can see here we've got bathtub installation pros, bathtub plumbing repair. It's two different ones. We've got clog drain and drain installation. On the right, you can see click-through rate. It says CTR. That's the acronym for click-through rate. And you want to pay attention to see that you've got which of your ads has the highest click-through rate. Because, again, higher click-through rate is going to mean higher quality score, which is going to mean lower cost per click. So at the end of the week or at the end of the month, cycle out the one that's got 2% or that's got 1% and write a new one. And then compare that to the one that's got 13%. And keep switching it out. It's called split testing until you have one that beats the control. And this is a great way to continually be improving your AdWords campaign by really maximizing the click-through rate on your ads. The other best practice I want you to be aware of is you want to look at your average position. And so as you look at your keywords, over on the right you can see average position. And you can see 3.6, 4.1, 1.3. I'm of the opinion that you definitely want to be between positions 1 through 4. And so this is what positions 1 through 4 look like. In the paid advertising, the first one says $69 drain cleaning. The next one says local plumber Austin. The one below that says Armadinia Plumbing. And the other one beside that says plumber Austin, right? Those are the top 4 positions. You want to try and make sure that you're bidding high enough and your quality score is high enough that you can maintain positions 1 through 4. We find that as you slip too far down the right-hand side, the amount of clicks that you get will drop off, but more important and maybe more detrimental, the quality of the clicks from those visitors is significantly lower. And if you just think about the psychology of it, somebody that's just trying to find a quality provider, they're probably going to click on the first couple listings and move on. Where the tire kicker, the one that's just trying to get a quote, the one that's going to freaking contact 7 or 8 different guys and be a pain to deal with, they might go down all the way down the list on the right-hand side. They might go to the second, third page. We found that those folks that click on those top 4 listings, for whatever reason, are much better customers. You pay a little bit more, you have a lot more exposure, and you attract better customers. So paying attention to this on a week-by-week, month-by-month basis will really help you establish what your average position is, and you can make sure that you're staying within that realm to maximize. Remember, this is all about maximizing the return and getting the most profit from your pay-per-click advertising campaigns. Some other things to pay very close attention to in your AdWords campaign. You need to be aware of the difference between exact match and broad match. So broad match, this is just a setting within your AdWords campaign. You can pick your words, plumber, plumbing, emergency plumber, and you can either choose exact match or you can choose broad match. You want to be careful with broad match because it's almost like Google saying, okay, I'm going to take synonyms of the word plumbing, synonyms of the words plumbing and plumber and water heater, and in some cases those synonyms will be unrelated to your plumbing business. And this is one of those areas where it's very quickly to see your budget kind of disappear in a very short period of time if you don't set up your budget correctly and you don't cycle it out correctly. You're going to get a lot of irrelevant clicks. So it's a much better strategy to do an exact match, be very specific with the words that you want to rank for, plumber, plumbing, emergency plumber, drain cleaning, and all of those variations, so that your budget's going towards the words that you actually want as opposed to words that aren't highly relevant. The other thing you want to look at is potentially adding negative keywords. And a negative keywords means if these words are in my search, I don't want to show up for it. And some great examples are jobs, employment. So think of all the people that are looking for plumbing jobs, the contractors that are out of work right now, and they're typing in plumbing jobs, plumbing employment, plumbing work opportunities, right? You could be paying for that exact keyword because you don't have a negative match. You just put in plumber, plumbing, and anything after that becomes fair game. If you don't negative out jobs, employment, marketing, those types of things, you could be paying $5, $8, $12 per click for somebody looking for a job, and that can be real frustrating. So you definitely want to make sure that you've got your negative keywords in your AdWords campaign to prevent that. So next thing you want to think about is something that's real exciting, and it's called mobile pay-per-click. And you can set up mobile pay-per-click ads. And Google has recently, there's been a major transition in the last, let's just call it 3 to 5 years, where people are really starting to access the internet from their mobile phones, from their iPhone or from their Android or from their tablet. And when they're when they're searching from their iPhone, they're in a different mind frame than when they're searching from their computer. They really just need to get information. I would imagine if you're in a plumbing emergency, there's a pipe that's flooding your home, you're not trying to do a lot of due diligence. You're trying to get to the quickest option possible to resolve your issue. And so that's where mobile pay-per-click ads can be extremely effective. And the way it works is you set up your AdWords campaign just like you saw a little bit earlier ago, but you set your settings to a mobile campaign, and you set up your click to call option. And you'll see an image, the one on the right where it says Dallas Plumber, and you've got Dallas Plumbing Repair, but below that you've got this Benjamin Franklin ad, and it says call. You see that little call button? As opposed to spending money on the click, you can actually spend money on the call itself. And so when someone hits that, that's going to generate a call right into your office. And that's extremely exciting. It's extremely beneficial. When you set this up, you need to make sure that you're positioning yourself, you're bidding in a way that will position you in the top 2 listings. Because in mobile, they're not going to be doing much more browsing unless they're just the kind of consumer that's going straight to the map or straight to the organic listings. But within pay-per-click, that's where you need to be, top 2 listings. So how do you set this up? Again, I'm not going to do a specific how-to, but here are the main things you do. Inside AdWords, you set up a specific campaign for mobile. And there's a setting. You just say, make this a mobile campaign. And you select mobile devices only. So this is a campaign that's specifically set for those that are accessing the internet or browsing from a mobile device. And you might want to set that campaign with a higher cost per click because you need to be in the top 2 positions. If somebody's searching from their mobile phone, they're a much more motivated consumer than somebody that's searching from their computer. Obviously, you need to set your location. So you have the ability to, just like I talked about before, set your 10-mile, 20-mile, 50-mile radius or pick the specific cities that you want to be showing up in. Google can look at the IP address of where that search is coming from, or on the phone based on the GPS location of where that search is coming from, and only serve you for those folks that typed in plumbing emergency, let's say, within a 10-mile radius of your office. And then there's a setting you turn on called click to call function, and that's what gives you this little call icon so that you pop off the page as the easiest person to get in touch with. If you look at this screenshot, it's pretty evident that you're going to click on that call button more likely than browsing around to the various other options. So just to recap, where we've come and where you really want to make sure that you're focusing. You want to set up your ad groups correctly so that you've got keywords, text ads, and landing pages that are all mapped correctly to the specific services and to the specific landing pages that are going to drive the best results for you. As your relevancy improves, as your click-through rate and everything is better, your cost per click will decline, and more importantly, your conversion rate will be better because the person typed in drain cleaning and they landed on a page that said you're the drain cleaning expert in their area, and you offer them a coupon that speaks about a specific drain cleaning discount. You're going to get more calls. You're going to get more conversions, and so that's really where you can start to succeed. And then you want to set up a mobile PPC campaign or pay-per-click campaign so that you can target those eyeballs specifically that are searching for your plumbing services from their mobile device. Now, I have set up a guide that I'm going to make available to you that really just the information on these ad groups, how to set up the ad groups, what the text ads could and should be. All of that information is in the guide that I've developed. It's at plumberseo.net/ppc guide. There you can go there, enter your name and email address, and I will send that guide out to you. A lot of great information on how to really maximize the effectiveness of your pay-per-click campaigns. And of course, as always, if you'd like to have us manage this for you, Plumber SEO, we provide internet marketing search engine optimization strategy for plumbing and HVAC contractors. We also manage standalone pay-per-click management campaigns. So if you'd like to talk about how we could manage your campaign or help you get more from your pay-per-click efforts, you can call me directly at 866-610-4647. Alternatively, you could email josh@plumberseo.net, and I'll get you all the details. We'll take a look at what you've got going on and talk through the possibilities. Or you can download the guide completely free at plumberseo.net/ppc guide.